Have a good day, sir. So, I will start my report. The topic was assigned to me is the behavior modification. Behavior modification is a therapeutic technique based on the work of B.F. Skinner, a famous psychologist who is known as the father of behaviorism. Skinner developed a theory of operant conditioning which states that all behavior is governed by reinforcing and punishing stimuli. Behavior modification uses a schedule approach that rewards desired behavior and punishes undesirable behavior. This technique continues to be used in therapy and is used in many psychological settings. The goal of behavior modification program is to change and adjust behavior that is inappropriate or undesirable. So, this technique will use to change people, or especially in the, for example, in the library, to change the user to be to change their attitude or characteristic that undesirable and inappropriate by punishing them. Or but when you punish them, you don't need to do harm. You punish with a, you will do punishment for them, but the output is they will gain knowledge, or something like reward, but it's punishment. Okay, so the four main components is positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, and negative punishment. For example of the negative positive punishment, it is presenting or an unfavorable outcome or event following undesirable behavior. For example, is a library user makes some noise in the library that can disturb the user. To punish them, or to punish the user, the librarian give him or her a book that contain an article, and he or she make a reflection on it. So, by this punishment, the librarian decrease the undesirable behavior and give an informational outcome. And another example of the no, it is not another. Next example is for the negative punishment. By the way, the negative punishment occurs when something desired is taken away as a consequence is a certain behavior. So for example, is when a library user makes some inappropriate behavior in the library, and to punish the user, the librarian suspend him or her to go to the library in just 1 week, or it depends on the librarian. And hopefully the user will learn him or her lesson. So you decrease you taken away the responsibility, the ano ba nito, katungod, what is katungod in English, you taken away the authority of the library user to go to the library because he or she have an appropriate behavior. But by that punishment, he will learn that he will realize that he did something wrong, and so by the next time he did not do it again. Okay, so let's go for the history of the behavior modification. It is the first use of the term behavior modification appears to have been by Edward Thorndike in 1911. His article, Provisional Laws of Acquired Behavior Learning, makes frequent use of the term modifying behavior. Through early research in the 1940s and the 1950s, the term used by Joseph Wolf's research group. So um, this technique Nag-start po siya on 1911 by Edward Thorndike. The experimental tradition in clinical psychology used it to refer the psychotherapeutic techniques derived from empirical research. It has since come to refer mainly to to techniques for increasing adaptive behavior through reinforcement and decreasing maladaptive behavior through extinction or punishment. As in the review of related studies, behavior modification is the field of study that focuses on using principles of learning and cognition to understand and change people's behavior. That is according to Sarafino 2001. So Sarafino believes that by this modification, that behavior modification is focusing on sa iyahang study, nag-focus siya sa paggamit sa principles of learning and cognition to understand the change and change people's behavior. So, in his study, understand, he used this behavior modification to understand and change people's behavior. References: Safarino E. And that's all. Thank you. Keep safe, everyone. Thank you, and God bless, especially to you, sir. Thank you.